Hi, I'm Michael from Cafe Lockdown, and we're here on the first march after we lost the bill, and we're very interested to see what numbers turn up today and how people took the defeat and how they see the way forward. And what's your name, love?
My name's Kayla.
Kayla. So how are you feeling after we lost the bill?
I'm feeling devastated because nothing in the bill is for the people of Victoria.
Yeah.
It appears that there is no hope forward apart from following tyrannical rule, which is something I'm not about to do, and nor should anybody else in Victoria for that matter. So I'm here now to show my voice, to let Daniel Andrews know that you might be able to control a lot of people, but you cannot control me.
And I have to say, the reason I approached you first is we've got all the police behind us, as per usual, and you're sitting right in the middle. You've got the flag flying in front of them. It's a beautiful sight. I might take an image of it. And that's what, and you answered the question. I was saying, why are you here? And here it is. And who are you fighting for?
I am fighting for humanity. I'm fighting for Victoria. I am fighting for anybody who has been coerced, bullied, threatened to take this poison into their system, so we can stop all these idiotic mandates and stop them as soon as possible.
Can we know your name first?
Daniel Tapatora.
Now, can you tell us your story about how you're in Australia? Because I know you're from Kiwiland.
I come over because my son-in-law had an accident, so I come over to support my daughter. And I sort of got stuck here with the first lockdown, and I got stuck here with the second lockdown, and then I decided to go and get vaccinated so I could get back home. And then it locked down again, but it was about 8 months ago I had my second injection, and that just gave me hell. I got symptoms like my kidneys are being ripped apart. It was really painful. I still got the problem now. I'm having a problem walking, a little bit of the shakes, and that's about all I can say.
And you say you're having trouble with your kidneys?
Yeah. It's like it's hard to explain. It's like a ripping. It's like a tearing of them. That's what it feels like. In the morning and out night time, especially when the medication I'm on wears out, then I find the pain comes back very hard.
It hasn't been getting better?
It depends on what I have. If I have a lot of antioxidants and vitamin C and zinc, it seems to cover it a bit. But as soon as I stop taking that, it comes back again.
And the other thing too is you told me that you can't get back to New Zealand?
No, I haven't been able to get back.
Because?
No. Well, now I know you've got to get your booster.
The rooster booster.
The rooster, got to be a good rooster and get your booster. And so
you're stuck here.
So
unless you comply again.
I'm a refugee now.
A refugee. A medical refugee. Yeah. You come here a lot to these protests. Why do you do that?
Because of my grandkids and my great moko. My daughter, she's really fearful about what's going on. I've got a 6-year-old and a 12-year-old, and one to come in New Zealand. So that's why I wanted to go back home, was to see my moko in New Zealand, and that'll be my great-grandchild. Yeah, but I can't now, so.
My name is Xavier.
Xavier?
And my surname's Willis.
Willis. How did you feel once they passed the bill, despite all our protests? Very clear, the QCs, everyone's saying it's wrong, and then they passed it.
Well, I felt a little bit defeated, but I'm hoping that something might be able to change, and I'm just, I know the governor is still yet to give the royal assent, but I'm not too sure when that is.
His sister-in-law.
Yeah, and obviously maybe next election we might be able to change something, hopefully. And
why have you come here today then? You've had that defeat, and yet here you are today. You're sitting in the centre. You've got the flag over your shoulder like you're caped. Why are you here?
Well, I believe seeing all those people over the past few weeks, and if we can get that again today, I believe that we can actually build up something and maybe put more pressure on the government to maybe down the track make a few more amendments, open up the economy to the unvaccinated, and just allow more jobs, to come about and bring life back to the city, hopefully. My ancestors, they came from Ireland, Scotland and Italy.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So they came here to hopefully have a better life, and I believe that's what the Australian flag truly stands for. And also the Anzacs that fought in World War I and all our forefathers in World War II, they fought for freedom, and that's what this flag really stands for. It doesn't stand for fascism.
Now, how did you feel on the day when they passed the bill, despite all our protests and everything, they just passed it?
Slightly defeated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Weeks and months of coming here writing to MPs, emailing MPs, calling MPs, and the Prime Minister, and nothing. Nothing. Still went and done, I suppose, what they were always going to do. I'm not going to stop. And if everyone else is complicit, I won't. I have fighting spirit. I'm Scottish. Do you know, my ancestors. Of course, Matt. It doesn't matter if I'm one person or we're two people sitting here. We've got to be able to tell our children we did something for them.
No, I'm doing it for my children and my grandchildren. And humanity.
And everyone
else's
else's
children. I care about
children.
humanity.
Yeah. I was the guy that filmed you getting arrested in a park.
Reclaim the Line, teachers'
Yeah.
protest. Yes.
Yeah. So could you tell the people, first introduce yourself?
I'm Cheryl. I live out northern suburbs, and I went to Reclaim the Line. I've been protesting since October last year against this bullshit scam that I pegged at the start, that it was just a psychological operation, warfare. And so I kept saying, where are the tradies, where are the teachers? So the tradies stood, so I stood with the tradies, the teachers stood, so I went to that Maribyrnong one. And I sat there, and then I was pegged as the token arrest, obviously. The police officers there, I knew a little bit about how to try and claim my rights, and they didn't like it, so then they made me the token arrest. And that's what you filmed.
And I filmed it. We can actually find it on Cafe Lockdown. I'll reshare it, actually, because it was ridiculous. There was about 5 or 6 of them. It was just ridiculous. But it didn't appear to crush your spirit.
Oh, no, these demons are not going to... I've been pepper sprayed. I've been arrested twice. I've been fined once. I've been tear gassed. I was shot at the shrine. I was also at the side of the shrine, the side that Rukshan wasn't on, that I actually walked back up into the barrel of the gun and said, if you want to shoot me, then shoot me. Because that was most of our fear, is we're going to be shot. Well, if you're going to shoot me, shoot me. And then there's no fear anymore. So, and the police officer here the other night said, so when the bill passes, what's going to happen? And I said, it's not over. We're coming back. We ain't going anywhere. This ends when this ends. And we have to come back every day. We're going to be here every day. So I'm going to say it now. They may have gone to the Governor-General's house, but we started the steps 6 weeks ago, and we're not going anywhere. So between Monday to Friday, 10 to 5, come down to the steps. We're going to be here. We're going to make it a speaker's corner again, and we're going to take back our city, because we need to be here for the normies or the sleepers to see us.
Peter approached me on one of the marches and said, listen, I want to talk to you about this bill. And so he told me how scared he was with the bill, and that made me go take it to our lawyer, which enabled us finally to do a video of 2 lawyers talking about the dangers of the bill that went viral. But it all started because of this man. Now, what scared you about the bill?
Just how dubious it was. It was very broad. A lot of the definitions were very open-ended, some of them, and just the scope of what the government, or in particular Daniel Andrews and the health minister, could do. And even with the amendments now, it's not enough. It really isn't enough. And he has the ability to continue the mandates and just continue a segregated life in Victoria. So I just think it's dangerous, and it's going to cause a lot more issues in the future, especially for the next year while he's still in power.
So even though we lost the bill and you've read it and you know how dangerous it is, you're still here. Why is that?
Because I'll never give up fighting. Even though they've got these powers, the power remains in the people. A piece of paper is not going to change that. It's in us. So I've got faith that we're going to defeat it one day.
I'll be talking about your hair, Bart, because I love curly hair.
What's your name?
Lisa Locks.
Lisa Locks. Oh, are you a hairdresser?
I am. Look at his curls. They're beautiful.
Now, Lisa, how did you feel about the fact that we lost the bill?
Well, I'm going to still fight. I don't believe this is over yet. So I think that white hats are going to come in and take over.
White hats? Who are the white hats?
Well, the white hats are what's making... They're the good side. So we've got the spiritual side. So they're the spiritual side. So without God on our hands, we've got nothing, and he's been waiting for this day for a long time.
Love your eyes, by the way.
Blue eyes.
Blue eyes. Yeah, thanks. So it's a spiritual war and
It is.
rights on our side.
For sure. We just got to keep fighting.
We came down from the other side of Albury. That's New South Wales, but we feel strongly for what's going on in Victoria because it seems to be the starting point of all evil.
And you brought the lads with you?
I brought lads with me. We had a flexible crowd. Various members came on different weekends for sure.
How did you feel about the defeat of the bill?
Sorry, how?
How did you feel after the defeat where we lost the bill?
I felt it was more reason to get up. I'm surprised the crowd isn't bigger already now. I hope it will grow. You just got to keep pushing back, otherwise you'll probably get subdued and lose the battle.
We've been talking about this for 30 years and 50 years about the New World Order, and it's international takeover, isn't it? Depopulation, everyone's getting a digital identity, a microchip and a social credit score, and yeah, I don't want to get depopulated.
I don't want to chip.
Who wants to line up first?
Why do you think people can't see it? Why do you think people are so compliant? Either one you can answer.
That'd be media censorship at its finest, mate, I reckon.
Yeah.
Media censorship and maybe a level of fear-mongering, and I guess people being fully convinced that this pandemic and COVID-19 itself is really quite dangerous, when in reality it's just another bloody cold and flu.
A lot of people out there see Dan as a saviour and think he's basically saving us.
Wow.
He's the hero of the battle.
I mean, we've had time to see. We've had 2 years to see that's not the Black Plague, is it?
No.
We've had 2 years to see it. So,
Have you known anyone that's died of COVID?
No, not personally. I know someone who's had COVID and they painted their house and now they're fine.
I just think what the government's doing a bit of bullshit, really. We have a relationship with our doctors. That's the doctor-patient relationship, and that's being breached by the government, mandating their medicine to us, and it doesn't even make sense. Like, we abhor things that don't make sense, and mandating a vaccine to people when the risk profile is different, when you're looking at comorbidity factors, when you're looking at age, it's just doesn't make sense, and that's why we're here to strike it down.
So you're on the canvas when you felt defeated when the bill went through, but now you're back here. What gets you off the canvas? Why are you back here for the fight again?
It's because of the mandate on vaccines. I'm worried in the future they're going to mandate it for the unvaccinated.
Yeah.
And I have concerns with that because I have multiple health problems, and so does my son and daughter. And I know a lot of people that are concerned and they're worried about having to take the vaccine. And we've found out from top professors and scientists, virologists and heart specialists who are blowing the whistle and actually spreading the word that these vaccines are doing a lot of damage and actually killing people, and anyone that's got a health condition, it can make that worse. And I found out that through a lot of reading and word of mouth.
Yeah.
And that's why we're here. We're just trying to stop that from making it where everyone's going to be mandated.
What I want to know is, how have you found the courage to come back? Because a lot of people are frightened, and yet here you are. You're not Arnold Schwarzenegger, and then here you are. You've got the flag on like a cape. I love it. You've got your flag, and your flag says fake news.
Oh no, this
fake
is
test, fake virus. I'm interested in your courage.
Okay.
What?
Well, this is it.
You will never ever take our soul.
You might be able to mandate to, lock us down, mandate us to wear masks, mandate us from, or having to have vaccines. But you know what? You'll never ever take our souls. So hear that from me. Never ever.
I'm here because I want to promote freedom for the world. Victoria is in a really bad way, and we've got medical segregation happening. We've got children being abused. We've got no one that's doing anything unless it's us, the people. We need to stand up and unite and be together and be kind and caring and stop the abuse. We've got to save our kids. This is medical segregation, it's genocide.
Because I'm sick of our government being so corrupted and getting away with it, and the mandates and the bill. The freedoms of choice and being able to do what we want to do and not being ripped off anymore by our government. Definitely worried about the kids vaccinated. I think it should have been a choice for everyone, not just, not everyone mandated. It should have been a choice.
I'm here for freedom, restoring basic rights which Dan Andrews and his crew have stripped away. And all this pandemic bill and the way he's behaved throughout these last 2 years, and he's used the police force as a virtual goon squad, find unconscionable.
I'm here for my kids and for all the kids. Enough with the bullshit. The segregation between the vaxxed and the unvaxxed. Yeah. I don't think that anybody should be excluded.
We're petrified of these changes. We're not used to being treated like we're criminals, we're bad people. We're scared for our kids, for our families, for our freedoms. That's why we're here.
Coming after kids.
Vaccination of children. I'm an oldie now, it doesn't matter for me, but it's the kids, it's the next generation. That's what counts. They're trying to wipe out the next generation.
And I think if anything, to me, it's shown me the level of corruption that I've always known to a degree that it's corruption, but in these last 2 years, the degree of corruption is just so evident. And it's just, we've just got to make changes. And if someone doesn't start, it's not going to happen. And we need to be out here making a start and doing what we need to do.
Because we are fighting for everything that's made this country great, and we are fighting for the reason this city was always voted Australia's most livable city. It wasn't the buildings, it wasn't the weather, it was you.
We say no! 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 We say no!
I know we've all heard a version of that story. Some story of absolute misery inflicted on the people of Victoria, the people of Australia, the people of the world.